Okay, 11:34 a.m. Saturday morning in the kingdom. Yes, this is the first time I'm doing the intro when it's daylight. Yes, unreal. But stayed up till 2 a.m. to make the video and get it loaded up on YouTube. And then through the night, I got up for a pee. I clicked on published and all that stuff to keep it motivated or whatever. So it worked out good. All right, but yesterday was cold. But we got it done, and that's the joys. When you start something, you have to finish it here in Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba. So this morning we woke up to a warm minus 24, but feels like minus 31. Not like last night. That was cold. Oh, yeah. Look at that. My Band-Aid is Elsa from that movie, that film, Frozen. Only appropriate that I'm wearing Elsa. Yeah. Frozen, freezing fingers, yes. Unreal. Okay, on the yo-yo scale, minus 11 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 24. Ooh, that's chilly. All right, I got to do the talent thing here today. My head hurts. I don't know why. That's the latest I've ever stayed up sober. Usually, 2 a.m. we're out of booze and falling asleep. All right, so thanks to Chris and his mom, your card finally arrived. We're getting a lot of these gray colored cards in the mail, so that is excellent. We appreciate it, and we read them, and I Google your address or your location, so I'm learning. That's the whole idea of that. Oh, and also, too, this came in the mail. Yes, look at that. You guys know what that is? That is the float for the IH carburetors on the diesel motors. These are rare, and some YouTube subscriber, Kingdom follower sent it to me, and it came with no descriptions, nothing. Very discreet, like when you get your Playboy magazine in the mail, it comes in a brown envelope with no markings, nothing. So look at this. The elusive Holy Grail float has arrived. I don't know where it came from, part numbers or anything, but we're going to save this for a special occasion when the float will not float on one of the cats. Unreal. So once again, we thank a Kingdom follower, YouTube subscriber for sending that and keeping these cats going. All right, let's attempt to take the me phone out of the warm hose shack. All right, we're going to try a quick scroll. See, it's snowing out here. It's icky, overcast. Oh, I had trouble untangling all the flags. They were wrapped up tight. Oh, yes. And that's hard on the arms, at my age, lifting up. Look at that. Everything is good. Look at that. So today we're going to work on bad business. He's going to be in and out of the shop like my honeymoon. Yes, that's what I said about Communist Cat, and I was working all night. But it had to get done. See, how many other people are out adjusting the carburetors and the injection pump on a 70-year-old or 80-year-old cat at minus 30? Oh, yeah. Please leave the people's names in the comments. Yeah, I'll wait here. I think I'm the only one out here. Oh, wait. I am the king of obsolete and the crazy one. Yes. According to Dr. Fraser Crane, I have to go back for more visits. All right, we did the full scroll. You can't even see the wood stove smoke. Oh, there we go. Yes, it's going to be a fun day. All right. Elsa from Frozen's getting cold, so we better put the me phone back in the hose shack here. And probably censored anyways, because I risked it all by taking him out. Oh, well. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and the wood stove just putting out mediocre heat. Yes, just like the wife's cooking or whatever. But you got to remember, bad business is what, 10,000, 12,000 pounds of ice cube that came in the shop here. Okay, so the first thing we did was check the timing on the injection pump, and it is one notch down, so we put it to 0, and we'll see how it runs. Okay, so bad business came as scrap metal, and we've done nothing to it basically in over 20 years. It runs, it drives, and that's the way we use it. And it has traveled the most. It has been to Saskatchewan. I think the cat that's traveled the most would be the famous black cat. Okay, but bad business is the most because we've done lots of traveling with it. Okay, we adjusted the valves and everything like that. We have the thermostat housing off and it's on the bench, and we'll chat about that in a few minutes. So over here, yes, some of those valves were way out to lunch. I don't know what was happening. All right, according to the notes written on the side of the motor, we tossed in new spark plugs back in 2019 and everything is good. We checked this mag out and the timing is quite a bit, how would you say, after when the magneto flips or the impulse flips. So that's good to know because this thing starts, I think it was about a month ago. We did a cold start on it and it was sitting in the snowbank and it fired right up. Cranked over just about like a dead battery and it fired and then it switched to diesel, no problem. So we're very pleased with this cat. And how'd you say, it's done lots for little in return, not like some of the cats in the kingdom. Okay, Bad Business has a thermostat and according to my memory and stuff, this is a Stant or whatever, and it was bought about 2001. Okay, so we're not going to touch it. It's going back in because it's given us over 20 years of service, so why trust it? Okay, as soon as I put it back in and drive it out of the shop, it's probably going to malfunction. I don't know, look at the words or whatever, they're nice small words. And the new style Far East copy or whatever seems to have the bigger, how would you say, writing, and we've marked on them the years we were purchasing it and stuff like that. So we're not sure if we trust, and we know we don't trust these. Okay, so I'm quite confident in putting that one back in. So once again, we'll make some new gaskets. Okay, as soon as I said we'll make some new gaskets, I forgot I didn't put the file folders in the picture. Look at all these colorful file folders and stuff like that. That's from when we were a big time business operator here in WHO-ville. Yeah, nobody paid us. So Revenue Canada has a hard time understanding when they audit me every year or whatever because I'm famous and on ice road truckers. How do we survive and live with nobody paying us? Well, it's kind of like welfare, but nobody, well, that's basically what it is. So being retired works out better. I know what I get from Amazon every month for book sales and from YouTube now. So we're quite enjoying that. All right, back to the regular schedule programming. The thing we had to know and needed to know was why was this carburetor and this cat always starting and it's cold. It doesn't have to be plugged in. We could be, how'd you say, 90 miles from WHO-ville here and out in the middle of the lake, stayed overnight at a lodge, go out the next morning and this thing starts and runs. Okay, we wouldn't even take Kijiji out of the yard. We know it won't start and run. So we had to know there is no plate. Okay, the spring is up and there's holes in this brass stem there. I don't know if we can see it. Can you see that, Les Nesman? Okay, so I took pictures and made notes. All right, so to improve these carburetors, we plugged the holes. See the holes there? All right, so that's your factory fitting thing that leaks. All right, so it fits in here. So you take a 1/4 inch national pipe thread thing, chase the threads because you got to make sure they're clean because like that's old. And then you can put in a 1/4 inch by 5/16 nipple. Yes, and then the hose will fit and go to your filter in line. So we're very pleased with this. Let's see if we can get this thing back together. Get this out of the shop because I want Kijiji back in the shop because we're going to figure out that thermostat because we can't have him, how would you say, running like a retard out in the middle of the yard. That's embarrassing. It's just like the dogs. The dogs are very upset with me and stuff like that because their schedule's all messed up. So basically I have 4 wives in the house now. They're both all in a mood, all 4 of them in a big mood, having a pout, all upset. Unreal. I don't know how those Mormon people guys can marry those wives and live happily. I don't know. Okay, just about 5 o'clock and we're putting it back together. Yes, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, we got the valves adjusted. I marked it on there. Plus the valve cover gasket shrunk by about a 1/2 inch. Okay, so I cut it in an angle and then gasket glued it. Okay, but that's what I want. I want the valve cover to be sealing at the front and the back. If it leaks here, you know, that's no problem. We just put a J-cloth on it. All right, so on the thermostat's back together and I put down there, it's the old thermo and the deer. Okay, and we have the, in December we changed the oil in the injection pump and we have the timing changed to 0. Okay, also too, these videos and documentation will prove what the past settings were so I know if I made a mistake again and for the first time in my life. So over here we got the new spark plugs in 2019 and then in January 2024 the carb has an open port, so that has been notarized and that's how your carburetor turns out when you screw in that nipple thing and it looks a lot nicer, plus it doesn't leak. Everything up here, it evolves around leakage. Yes, when it gets cold It leaks. All right. Okay, let's put the hood on, put the antifreeze in, go get this one out and drag in Kijiji so he can spend the night inside thinking about how bad he was. Okay, let's try this for the third time. 3 times the charm, isn't it? I think that's the saying. All right, the me phone is cutting me off, censoring me. I don't know what its problem or issue is. I haven't said any words of questionable. Okay, so we got bad business back together. Let's fill up the wood stove. We got the wagons and the wheelbarrow to fill up because we need this place hot for opening the doors and changing out the cats. One thing I like about the old timers back in the day, they could weld. So this is a big thick iron cast top on the radiator here. Oh, the third time sucks. All right, so this guy could weld. He braced it in there, made a filler extension to get it up nice and high. So this guy could weld. The kids of today would booger weld it and then grind it smooth and put a cover past of silicone. Oh wait, I've done that. Okay, one of the things we forgot to talk about last night, this is the exhaust pipe for communist cats. So 20 years of use, rattle, rattle, bang, bang. It flared it out nice. So it wouldn't fit through the hole in the hood when I went to take it off. So I had to cut it off. But that's neat how it wore evenly, I guess you'd say. All right, so let's get this project finished, get it done. We're going to change out the cats. Hopefully the me phone doesn't censor us on this great exchanging of the cats.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 10:30 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head to work now. As you can see, it is still snowing out. It's actually been snowing all night. We got a fair amount. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get going to work. 2:30 and I'm just finishing up my little lunch break, waiting for the dogs to come back in so I can head back to work. I'm there until 5 p.m. today when they close, so hopefully I can get lots done. I do have to do some cleaning and some more stock, but now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get going. A little after 5 p.m. and I just made it home from work. As you can see, the street lights have already come on and it actually stopped snowing too. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and go down to the basement, get my wood stove going, and do the weather. 6:30 and I'm just getting a fire going. This will last me all night long. I even got the damper open. Everything seems to be working good. I didn't get smoked out like I did last night, so I must be doing something right. Now it's time to head upstairs and do the weather. Almost 7 o'clock, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's negative 23 degrees Celsius, which is negative 9 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It says we had the same weather as yesterday, but it does feel a lot warmer today, and it did snow there for a bit. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, the next problem we have, it is cold out here. I don't know what the freaking temperature is, but it seems colder today than it was last night. Maybe I was drunk last night or whatever. Okay, So the plan was to pull the cat in front of the shop, and then the mini hoe comes out and then pushes on the traction, and it goes. 3 hours later it'd be inside, but it's not going to work. So I have a steel pipe to go between the cats, like when we tow them and they're broken and stuff, but it's too long, okay? Because I got to be able to chase the cat into the shop pushing it. So somebody put a hitch for this trailer for the caboose right there. I don't know if you can see it. I got my hand covering the Lily Tomlin mic so you can't hear the cat. Well, it should be muted out a little bit compared to other times. All right, let's go in the shop. Okay, we're in the shop. All right, I dragged this from the steel shed. I've had it probably close to 30 years, and I have no idea what we're going to do with it. So let's cut it off, make it short, and we'll make a push stick for getting that cat inside the shop. So the amount of time it takes me to build this push stick versus using the mini hoe, this item can be reused. So I'm maximizing my time and effort, plus I can have a drink while I'm in the shop welding. Okay, that piece I grabbed, that's some foreign material. So I just put one little weld around it. If it breaks, it breaks, and then I'll go find a good piece of steel. Hopefully this works, and I'll set the me phone up in the shop where it's nice and warm so it doesn't get cold. Okay, bad business, been outside for over an hour. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's cold. I'm changing out my gloves while I'm working here, and the hitch worked out pretty good, and That's the way he should be running. No slobbering, no acting up or farting around, but that's okay. That's the way he's run for the last 20 years. He only gets better with age, like me. Okay, we got the wood stove stocked up and we're ready to go in the house after we walk the dogs. And here's the little hitch, and it worked out perfect. As long as I was straight or just about 2 inches off, and then it worked out good. But if I had a bigger cat to push this one in, it would have went a lot easier because it was the same weight, trying to push the same weight and trying to get traction in the snow. So tomorrow we work on Kijiji again, and then hopefully the curse of reverse comes in tomorrow night. Okay, look at that wood stove smoke. Isn't that's great? Yeah, I checked the weather station here in the kingdom and we're about 30 below zero. Minus 30. Yeah, minus 30 Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'll have to figure it out. But look at the flags. There's not a breeze, nothing. All right, we're quitting early today at 7:30 at night so we can walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and pass out. All right, talk to you later.